Welcome back guys to another Clash Royale video. Today, I want to show you guys a really cool attack strategy that I've been facing a lot lately, and I thought it was interesting enough that I wanted to show it to you guys. And that attack strategy is with the mini PEKKA and the skeleton army. Here's the deck I'm using right now. It's a pretty interesting strategy. The mini PEKKA does a ton of damage, so if you can get that mini PEKKA to a tower for even 2 or 3 hits, it's going to do a crazy amount of damage to the tower. So this is the deck I'm using, and it is fully capable of winning at around 2400 trophies. I've been using it all morning and been winning with it pretty decently, so let's go ahead to open up some of these chests here, starting with these free chests. As always, I'm just really hoping to get some epics. I haven't really got an epic since I opened that super magical chest a couple days ago. So really hoping to get some epics here. Nothing there. Let's move on to this crown chest here. What do we get? Some gold, of course. Gems, spear goblins, barbs, and regular goblins. And a tombstone. Okay. Silver chest here. Fireball is nice. More barbs. The golden chest. Some gold, 1 mortar, spear gobs, minions, and a tombstone. And the last chest here, we have some gold, lots of minions, inferno tower, and some mortar. Okay, let's go ahead and look at some of those replays, guys. So here we are. Now, one really cool thing with this deck is if you can get lucky enough to have a strong starting hand with the skeleton army and the mini PEKKA, and if you get lucky enough where your opponent doesn't have their arrows in their starting hand, you can do a crazy amount of damage right off the start. I've seen opponents do like half or more damage to one of my towers right in the beginning because I didn't have my arrows in my starting hand. But right here, he's going to try and go in with that knight and 4 archers. I'm going to do a pretty good job defending there. Right now we're pretty even on elixir, so nothing really happened there. But he did get that zap off on my tower, so a little bit of damage. Now watch this, guys. This is one of the reasons why the skeleton army is actually a pretty decent card. He tries to go in there with the prince. I drop the skeleton army, and it takes care of that prince, no problem. Now he does have that bomber to defend, which is very unfortunate. One thing to consider with this deck, guys, is there are some pretty strong hard counters to this deck. If you come up against an opponent who has like a bomb tower, a bomber, and a wizard in their deck, you're gonna have a hard time getting that skeleton army to the tower. One thing you might want to consider with this deck, changing it up a bit, is to throw the goblin barrel in there, because if your opponent has arrows in their deck, you basically want to bait those arrows so you can go in with your skeleton army afterwards. So if you throw in the goblin barrel first, they use their arrows, then you know it's out of their deck, you can go in with the skeleton army and the mini PEKKA afterwards. Or you can do vice versa, you can use the skeleton army, make them waste their arrows, and then go in with the goblin barrel afterwards. But right now, things are pretty even in this match. I'm going to get a couple hits off here with that baby dragon, but nothing too significant. Now he's coming back with that prince, and again, I have that skeleton army, one of the perfect counters for the prince card. If he had the dark prince with that prince card, it'd be a whole different story, but he doesn't. I'm going to try and fireball that bomber here to see if I can't get my skeleton army to that tower, but unfortunately it does not work. So right now I'm just going to try and defend and wait for another opportunity to go in and do some damage here. So he's going to mirror those hogs, which is a pretty bad decision on his part because it's a huge elixir investment and he's not going to get too much damage on my tower here. So now I've got a baby dragon and a bomber going up here. I'm going to try and go in with that skeleton army, but he has that zap. I completely forgot about that zap at that point, so it kind of caught me off guard there. Now he comes in with that hog rider. I dropped the Tesla a little bit too late, so it's going to skip the Tesla and get a couple hits off on that tower. But overall, things are okay. My tower is only down to 1500 health, 20 seconds left. And what I really want to show you guys with this deck is in overtime, just watch how much damage the mini PEKKA can do to a tower in a short amount of time. So here he goes. He's got a pretty strong push coming here with that prince and the archers in back. So I use my skeleton army once again, distract that prince. Now he has that bomber. I'm going to try and take out that bomber. Unfortunately, I missed the tower. Didn't get any damage to that tower, so that was kind of a waste of a fireball there. He's going to try and go in with that hog rider. Now you notice I have 2 Teslas there. One of the announcements today that they were reducing the time that the Tesla lasts from 60 seconds to 40 seconds. So in the future, probably won't be able to have 2 Teslas up. But now he's got his prince hanging on the right and the knight on the left-hand side. I'm going to use that skeleton army to distract that prince. Perfect counter for that. Now I've got my baby dragon my P.E.K.K.A, my Bomber, and another baby dragon coming in on the left-hand side. Another baby P.E.K.K.A drops down there, and things are looking pretty good here. Now watch how much damage these guys are able to do in a very short amount of time. A couple of hits from that mini P.E.K.K.A and a fireball, and that's going to do it for this battle here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next replay, guys. So here we are, guys. Now this replay was against a level 7, so I did have a little bit of an advantage. If I could only have it where I face only level 8s, you know, instead of facing some level 7s and some level 9s or 10s, I would really prefer that. I just, you know, it's not really fun facing a level 7 and steamrolling him because you have high level cards, and it's really not fun losing to like a level 10 because they have higher level cards. But right at the start here is one of the reasons I really wanted to show you guys this deck. Just watch how much damage I'm able to do here with the skeleton army and the mini P.E.K.K.A. He uses his minion horde to try and defend there. I use my arrows. He does use his arrows to take care of my skeleton army, but by that time he's done that, his tower is already down to half health. So right off the first opening minute here, his tower is down to 1200 health. He's going to try and attack here with his Hog Rider. I'm going to use that Tesla to take care of his Hog Rider and use my Goblins to take care of his Spear Goblins. It's really important, guys, when you're defending to try and separate their troops and defend accordingly. Don't drop all your troops in one spot. Try and take out their troops strategically. So right now we're just going to reset. He's got 2 pumps out, so I know that in a couple minutes he's going to have a crazy amount of elixir. I do have 9 and he's got 4 right now, so I'm going to try and do another push here. I drop my baby dragon. I'm going to wait for it to get up close to the bridge before I drop my mini P.E.K.K.A there. So here we go. I'm going to go once more with that skeleton army and the mini P.E.K.K.A, but now he knows, he's kind of expecting it. He does use that arrows a lot sooner, but my mini P.E.K.K.A is able to get a couple of hits off, and his tower is now at 600 health from 1200. So things are looking pretty good right now. If I had to, I could defend and just fireball for the rest of the match here, but I am going to try and go in with the mini P.E.K.K.A a couple more times. Now watch this here, guys. Watch this. This is one of the reasons I love the Bomber right now. He spends a total of 10 elixir here trying to rush that right tower with the 5 elixir barbs, the 2 elixir spear goblins, and the 3 elixir bomber. And all I had to use was my 1 3 elixir bomber to defend all of that. Huge elixir win in my favor. So he's going to try and defend here. He's got the elixir pump up and the Tesla. Now one thing with the elixir pump, guys, is you have to consider the fact that it takes a whole minute to get your return on investment. So if you're near the end of a battle, or if you're in overtime, it might not be the best decision to play that elixir pump unless you're trying to play it as a defensive structure. So right here, I'm going to go ahead and drop that fireball, do some damage to his tower, because I know I do have a pretty decent elixir advantage here. So once again, I'm going to go with that bomber to take care of those barbs. I'm going to try and cycle through to my arrows here so I can take out those minions. And 15 seconds left. I'm going to try once more to do some damage to that tower. 160 health left on his tower. One more fireball and it's done. He's going to try and use that Hog Rider. I've got 2 Teslas out. Once that update happens next week, guys, I probably won't be able to have 2 Teslas, and that's probably a good thing in my opinion. I think the defenses last way too long right now, and I'm totally fine with them being a shorter duration. So right now I'm going to try and go in one more time to take out that tower with my troops. But he does defend pretty strongly here, and I'm just going to go ahead and use that fireball to take it out. So there we go, guys. Let's go ahead and take a look at the last replay here. So here we are, guys. One last replay for you with this deck. Now right at the start here, I do have a pretty strong starting hand with the mini P.E.K.K.A and the skeleton army out there, but I'm going to wait for him to make a first move to see what he does. He's going to go ahead with that wizard and the barbarians, which is a pretty strong push, 10 elixir, but I'm going to defend here with the bomber and drop my mini P.E.K.K.A in the back to take out that wizard. I say this a lot, guys, you have to defend strategically and watch the placement of your troops. That's how you win elixir trades, because I dropped my mini P.E.K.K.A to take out that wizard instead of just dropping him in front of those barbs. And so right now we're about even on elixir. I'm going to try and make a push here with that baby dragon and see if I can't make any damage to that tower. I'm going to send in my goblins behind him and wait for the tower to target my baby dragon. He's going to try and defend here with that minion horde, but I do have my arrows ready, so I am able to get a decent amount of damage done to that tower. And now he's got a Hog Rider coming into my base. I defend with that Tesla, drop my bomber to the side to take care of those goblins. Now I probably didn't need to drop that bomber, so I could have saved myself 3 elixir there. But that's okay because he is able to go in there and get off one hit on that tower which is a pretty decent amount of damage. I think about 150 damage with that one hit there. So overall, things are looking pretty good right now. Now watch this, guys. Watch this. He drops the barbs and the wizard again. One fireball takes care of all that. So that's a 10 elixir cost for him, a 4 elixir cost for myself. So I won a huge elixir trade there. Now, one of the things you guys have to do if you're playing is you have to mix up your strategy in individual matches, because if you become too predictable, it gets easy to predict what they're going to do, and they're going to be ready to defend. So you have to mix it up. So he's gone in with that barbarians and that wizard a couple of times now, and so I kind of expect it at this point, and I know he's going to keep trying to do it. So you kind of have to change up your strategy every so often in a battle to keep your opponent guessing. He's going to try and go in here with that hog rider and the goblins again. This is the second time he's tried to do this attack there. So I am able to take it out there with the Tesla and the baby dragon. His tower is down to 500 health now. Once again, he's going to go in with the barbs and the wizard. It hasn't worked for him the past 3 times he tried. I'm not too sure why he's still trying that exact same push strategy. So right now I'm going to try and do a little distraction here. I throw my skeleton army in the right, my mini PEKKA on the left. It really didn't work out for me though. My bomber was able to get 1 hit off on that tower, and because the tower was so low, that hit was pretty important. So once again, he's trying with that hog rider and the goblins behind him. This is the 4th time he's tried with that attack strategy. It hasn't worked for him. So when you're playing a battle, guys, you really have to try and mix up your strategy every so often. Baby dragon is able to go in there and get 2 hits off on that tower. Now all I need is 1 last set of arrows, and this is going to be a good game. The skeleton army is really good for defending against a hog rider, guys. It'll slow that hog rider down and do some pretty crazy damage to it. So I just say good game because I got my arrows up. I'm going to throw those in there, take out that tower, and that's going to end it. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this strategy. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and make sure to subscribe if you want to see some more Clash Royale videos. And thanks again, guys, for watching. If you have any feedback for my videos, things you like, things you don't like, please make sure to let me know in the comments. I do read those a lot, and any feedback you have to offer me is very helpful. I want to put out the best possible videos for you guys, so make sure you let me know what you're thinking. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.